Alright, so looking at this bridge right here, what type of angles make up two angles marked in the drawing of the bridge? So it's talking about these two angles right here.
Oh, straight.
So if you put both of these together, we know that those are two right angles, right?
Yep.
So together, the two right angles make a, what'd you say, Wyatt? A straight angle. They're making a straight angle right here. What is the sum of those two angles marked in the drawing of the bridge? 90 and 90. So what is the sum?
180.
The measure of a straight angle, 180 degrees. In the space below, draw a figure that contains two angles that have a sum of 90. You can do that if you want. Up to you. Alright, so we've got pairs of angles. Yesterday we had pairs of angles of vertical and adjacent. Today we've got complementary and supplementary. So two angles are complementary if the sum of their measure is 90. What does sum mean again? Add. Okay. So that means that angle 1 and angle 2 together they make 90 because of this little right triangle right there. Okay. So over here it says the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 90.
Why did you say 90?
Because of that symbol right there that always tells us it's 90. So angle 1 plus angle 2 has to equal 90. If I have two angles that are supplementary, that means their sum is 180. Which is the measure of a straight angle. So when you put this angle together with this angle, it makes a straight angle. So that means measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 equals 180. Okay? So you can set up equations to solve for all of these. Okay. Complementary equals what?
The sum, 90.
Sum of 90. Supplementary is a sum of 180. Don't forget that. Alright, so in example 1 and 2, it says identify each pair as complementary or supplementary or neither. So we're looking at angle 1 and angle 2. So what do you notice about those two angles? They're side by side, but what else are they? What do you know about the measures? Adjacent is side by side. We're identifying as complementary, supplementary, or neither. So angle 1 and angle 2 together make a straight line, meaning their sum is 180, so they're supplementary.
So if you don't see the box, then that's
Naya, do you see any angle that's going up and straight down? Then it's not 90 degrees. 90 degrees is very simple to see. Like a corner of a square. Corner of the room. You got it. Angle 1 and angle 2 are formed together to make a supplementary angle. Number 2, I can't look at the picture and say, look at it and tell, do they make a straight line? But you know that one is 60 and one is 30. So if you add 60 and 30 together, they equal 90. The sum of two angles that equal 90 are called complementary. So those two angles are complementary angles. Alright, example A, I've got 85 and I've got 90. Kind of looks like they might make a straight angle, but you need to see first. So they're either going to add up to equal 90 and be complementary. They're going to add up to equal 180 and be supplementary, or they're going to add up to something totally different, and that means that they're neither. They're not complementary, they're not supplementary. So 85 plus 90 is what? So are these supplementary? Are they complementary? They're neither. These are just adjacent angles. They're side by side, so we do know that they're adjacent. Okay. Alright, angle B, I've got an angle that's 75 and an angle that's 15. So what is 75 plus 15? 90 degrees. So are these complementary, supplementary, or neither? Complementary. Questions? Okay, number 3, it says find the value of x. So we're looking at this picture over here. Since the two angles form a right angle, how do I know that this is a right angle? The square in the corner. That tells me that it's a right angle, okay? Because it's two angles together that make a right angle, that tells me that they're complementary because they add up to 90 degrees, okay? So I know that 2x plus 28 has to equal 90 degrees. So you can write an equation. So 28 plus 2x equals 90, and then we can use all that information we know about solving equations to solve for x. So in this case, they subtracted 28 from both sides, which left them with 2x equals 62, and then dividing both sides by 2, so x equals 31. Okay, so that x equals 31, which means the whole measure of that angle would be what? What's 2 times 31? 62, right? So this would be 62, this would be 28. Together they make 90. Okay. Example number 4, you're looking right here. It tells you that those two angles are supplementary. So what do you know that they add up to be? 180, because they're supplementary, okay? So you can add the two together and set them equal to 180, and you can solve for x. So subtract 123 from both sides, and then divide by 3, you get x equals 19. Okay. Alright, so example C, find the value of x. What do I know about this angle right here? It's 90 degrees. What do I know about all three of those angles? What do they make? 180. So if this is 90, what do you know about these two angles? They're also 90 degrees, right? Because 90 plus 9 equals 180. So if you want to find x, you can say x plus x equals what? 90. Can you combine those two x's? What's x plus x? 2x. So this would be 2x equals 90. And then how do you solve for x? Divide by 2. So x equals 45 degrees. Questions on that? We good? Alright, number 5, it says the picture shows a support brace for a gate. Find the value of x. So, it's really hard to find this picture. This is part of it, and then the other line is going like this. I believe. So this is measure 80, and this is 10x. So you're finding the value of x. So if you look together, 80 and 10x, they form a straight line. So you know that they're supplementary. So that means 80 plus 10x has to equal to 180. Okay? So then when you solve for the value of x, you get 10. What about D? It says a pair of scissors forms the angle shown. What is the value of x? So what do I know about these two angles right here? What type of angles are those? They're what? S, supplementary. Together they make a straight line. Yeah. So if they're supplementary, how many degrees do they make together? What is the sum of the two angles if they're supplementary? One, what? Where are you getting 24? Where are you getting that? I'm asking that what is the measure of a straight line?
180.
180. If these are supplementary angles, then that means that together they equal 180. So you have to set up an equation. So you've got 116 plus 8x equals 180. The whole point of all this is you're setting equations up. Okay? So you've got to know that together those make 180 so that you can form an equation. So how do I solve this equation? Subtract 116 from both sides. Now, why are you not writing this down? I'm not going to help you if you don't write any of this down. So then I'm left with 8x equals what? 64? So then how do you solve for x? Divide both sides by 8. So x equals 8. Okay. Questions? Okay, I want you to do 1, 2, and 3 by yourself right now. 1 and 2, you're just telling me if they're supplementary, complementary, or neither. And then you're finding x for number 3. So everybody should be doing that right now on your own. Bless you. Do it. All 3 problems. Where's the word to show me anything? Okay, what's number 1?
Supplementary.
Supplementary, how do you know that?
Because it's 2 90-degree angles, but they give.
So when you add the 2 together, they have a sum of 180. Number 2 should be complementary. Add those 2 together and they give you 90 degrees. What type of angles was shown right here in number 3? Supplementary angles. So what do you know about the sum of those 2? 180. So 3x plus 45 equals 180. So then when you solve the equation, x equals 45. Questions on that? Good? So sum of 90 is complementary. Sum of 180 is supplementary. So you are doing the first page for homework tonight. So front and back of the first page, 1 through 14. Tomorrow's classwork is the second page. If you come to class and you have that whole page completed, I'm going to find something else for you to do, some busy work. So do not do the second page for homework tonight. You are only doing 1 through 14 for homework. Does that make sense? You will have all class period to work on the other one, which is plenty of time. So do not do it for homework. Only 1 through 14.